said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 20th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. On the move from inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Texas A&M's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Caught, close to the marker, it's Bussey. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
But when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Norman. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's caught. It's Bussey. They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Got his man quickly. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
The Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Grabbed behind the line, it's Cook. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Back to pass, it's Van Buren. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. They've climbed into the top 15, reached a little bit of a checkpoint, haven't they? Playoff is 12 teams. But it's right about this range if people start tuning in to see what you can do, to see if you're the real deal. Isn't that right, David?
Yeah, and cheering against you, right? Like a lot of times because their teams are doing well or competing with you. But let's see if the squad can build on the momentum. Starting to get some momentum, some love. Now, Jesse, how do they handle that?
I'm excited to see how this team is going to finish, too, because we know they've got talent. They've got guys that can take the game over. The question I have now moving forward, can they do it on the biggest stages? And today, it's about as big as it gets.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
He'll do it himself. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground and gets upfield. And he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. This is a designed run. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. On first down, here comes this offense. The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing he's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. You would have really hoped that you would have gotten that extra yard on 3rd down, but now on 4th, and maybe you still have to go for it.
And it's interesting. 3rd and 1, you throw the football. The more physical team usually wins. Do you feel confident enough to run the football early in the game, in your own territory? Can you go get 1 yard with the running game? I'm always the guy that's going to roll the dice and go for it.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And no shortage of the big boys coming out of Baton Rouge as LSU's defense in the backfield again.
Yeah, you talk about tall, long, athletic, guys that get after the quarterback, LSU, they typically have a lot of those guys. That's a really fun thing to have when you're a defensive coordinator.
And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Norman. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Wants to throw. It's Hawkins. Catch in the middle, it's Norman. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, that time on 3rd and long, they just took what the defense gave them. Nothing down the field. They were hoping maybe he could make somebody miss after the catch. Wasn't able to do it, so now it sets up 4th.
No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3 and out the last time they had the ball. Slithers into space. Runs through the tackle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The play action fake. Oh, they're after him. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, just nowhere to go there. It started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself. But give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. To the air, it's Van Buren. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll pull it down, and there he goes. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch them because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. The screen, and watch out. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I like the idea on offense. You want to get this guy the football in as many ways as possible. So you throw him the screen quickly to see if he can make somebody miss. Doesn't work there. That should not be the last time you run that play.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure.
Pick off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Takes a handoff. It's Lacey. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder.
Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field, and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. To the air, it's Van Buren scrambling away. trying to make magic with his feet. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Hand off from the shotgun. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And this time they're waiting for him, and he only gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Just a little more room, and maybe he gets it in. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. He'll keep it himself. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. How about that Bayou Bengal defensive front showing some dominance? Booger McFarland, Marcus Spears-like in their pressure.
And that defensive line getting to the quarterback, and they got so many guys that we could name like Spears that you just mentioned, like Booger.
Couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
Well, you came into this one thinking it might be a defensive struggle, and how about this unit? How aggressive have they been early in the game? They're just getting after their opponent, and they come away scoring the first points of the game here in the 2nd quarter with a safety.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Find some fresh air. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
Yeah, I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on their scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face 3rd down. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. He's got him. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Toss passes it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Makes the catch. It's Cook. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out, and the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking downfield, it's Van Buren. Throws to the tight end. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
Wants to throw again. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He slides that just inside the right upright. The lead now 5 here in the 2nd. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the big... In fact, they're all interesting this season. Oklahoma State is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Pistol Pete isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over Colorado. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Caught over the middle. It's Carter. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Finds a man in the middle. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Really nice penetration by this defense, getting in there immediately, causing the running back to have to go a direction he doesn't want to go. And this defense has started the game so good. Several drives, no points allowed, and setting the tone on this drive.
Looking to pass. It's Hawkins. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this striving to do that, David. They've got to have more rhythm on it.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Caught in the backfield. It's Green. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Back to pass on second down. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
Yeah, and the QB tried to use some touch, let that thing hang up in the air. But when you hang it up over the middle of the field, the defenders have a lot of time to go and try to get it, make a play. A lot of guys near the football. Nice job by the defense being in great position.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw in that out route.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Aggies come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll run for it on third and short. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop.
He tries to take the top off. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game. Just run the...
He uncorks one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down from the gun. Running back on the move. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
That's reeled in. It's Cook. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin.